You just to take a couple steps back, you're talking about sort of Western attitudes towards gender and things like that. You're from the Netherlands, and you illustrated a couple of examples of how like Western society is maybe overly sexualized, or they have particular stigmas around gender, and you coined the term, which I find funny, lactation room.
Yeah.
And
Do you have those in Toronto?
yeah, we do.
You do.
Yeah.
When I first saw the lactation room here in the department that you just saw, people were very proud of it, and I thought it was a disaster. I thought it's a shame that we have to have a lactation room, because why do we have them? We have them because women cannot breastfeed in public,
Right.
and because women have no maternity leaves. So in civilized society, as I would call it, in Northern Europe, women have at least half a year, that's typical, or sometimes longer, but at least half a year maternity leave. We also have paternity leaves nowadays. And so the need to pump milk or to breastfeed in a public space is actually not there. But if they want to do that, they can sit here right in front of me in a chair and breastfeed their baby right in public. I see that in the Netherlands regularly, and no one is shocked by it, and everyone thinks it's a wonderful scene. But here, I think a lactation room is actually a defeat. It's actually you've lost the battle for
Right.
public breastfeeding. Yeah.
I have to admit, I'm born and raised a Westerner, so the idea of women just sitting around breastfeeding publicly is beyond me. It's not something I grew up with. I'm not saying I'm for or against it. I just thought your stance on it was interesting, that you were so profoundly confused by it or upset by it.
Well, I do see the advantage in this society, because before that, of course, women would need to go into the bathroom to do that,
Right.
which is the worst possible place, and so I do understand that they wanted to have a little bit of an improvement there, but it's sad that we cannot have a completely natural activity that is non-sexual, in my opinion, in public.
Well, I think you make an interesting point in your book as to why that behavior might be sexualized, and it like to do with breasts in mammals.
Mm-hmm.
The idea you mentioned that in humans the breast stays swollen,
Yeah.
whereas
Yeah.
in other mammals the breast will return to.
Yeah, so humans migrated a lot of the sexual signals that other primates have on their butt, so to speak,
Okay.
or between their legs or on their back.
Sure.
We migrated that to the front. And so our face became genderized. So you can... people have done that. You can present people with pictures of human faces, and you block out all the hair and all the makeup, and you just see the face. And within a second, you can, with almost 100% accuracy, say this is a man or this is a woman. So we're very good at that, at classifying faces. And so the face has become a gender signal post, and we enhance that with makeup and hair and all of that. And then the breasts are maybe part of that, is that we moved signals from the behind to the front. And so that's maybe why breasts have become sexualized, even though I must also say that there are also societies where they have absolutely no sexual significance, and that's why you see bare-breasted women walking
Right.
around in them. Yeah.
So there is evidence to suggest that there might be a biological basis for the uneasiness, let's say, around that conversation. But clearly, where you're from, it works,
Yeah.
and it can be unsexualized, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay.